Hey everyone, it's Gavin. It's October 11th, 8:15 a.m. Uh, and this week, actually yesterday, was my 10-month on T mark. So, yeah, I'm 10 months on T. Um, the changes are still coming gradually. Everything is just, it's very um, subtle to me, and it's just all the typical stuff, like more hair. Like I have stripes on my inner thighs of dark hair. I noticed, I kind of freaked out the other day because I noticed like a dark coarse hair on my upper arm. um, I'm still trimming like every other day. There's not really any impressive growth to speak of. I noticed right here it feels a lot more coarse. Um, so that would crack me up if, like, by this time next year I could grow out this, like, mustache that's just right here and, like, make it really long and then braid it and, like, put some beads. No, I'm just kidding. um, I think my voice has gotten a little... I don't know if my voice has necessarily gotten deeper or that it resonates differently. Like, it feels like it resonates much stronger than it has before. Uh, like, because before I started hormones, I was very, very soft spoken, and it was really hard for me to like speak up and project my voice. And now that my voice has changed and it resonates differently, it's a lot easier for me to be heard, which is cool on many different levels. So, I'm trying to think if there's any other like significant changes. Not that I can think of off the top of my head, just typical 10-month changes. Lubbock, Texas had its first ever annual Pride Fest this past weekend on the 8th, and Giselle and Bianca, two of the people that organized and put the event together, asked me to speak about my trans experience at this Pride Fest. Woohoo! Thank y'all. Um, and I did, and it was terrifying because I'm not a public speaker. I've done a lot of theater in the past, and so you would think that I would be okay with getting on stage, but it's completely different playing a role as opposed to getting up on stage and sharing like a part of yourself, of your true self. So it was terrifying, and I wrote my speech, and I put the whole damn speech on note cards. It was like 17 note cards. I was like, holy God, I'm like carrying around a little miniature novel. And I just kept telling myself, like, as long as I have my note cards, everything will be fine. If I choke up or if I freeze, I'll have my note cards. And like, I was joking around all day at the event because the event started at 3, and I didn't go on to speak until I think it was like 8:55. So I was joking around with everybody. I was like, I'm just going to get up there, and I'm going to have my note cards, and I'm going to be like, hi, my name is Gavin, and I'm a trainee, like, and that's not at all what happened. It was actually really awesome. I got a phenomenal introduction, which Bianca introduced me, and I don't think I got a chance to tell her, but that was really, really helpful because it was such a warm, open introduction, and she actually gave me a hug like as we kind of switched spots at the microphone, and that just it really calmed me and made me feel a lot better. So thank you for that. And I barely used my note cards. Like as soon as my mouth opened and I started speaking, it just all kind of flowed like from the heart. So it was a really, really wonderful experience. Um, the audience was very, very receptive, and I believe, as far as I knew, I was one of 3 trans men that were at this event, and there were quite a few people. So for the audience to be so open and receptive and to listen and to, they were cheering, and it was a really heartwarming experience. Because a lot of times there's a divide between the LGB and the T, and that I don't know. It was really great for them to be so receptive and open to listening and acquiring that knowledge about, what it's like to be trans. So, good stuff, good stuff. And the whole Pride event was just, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was very grassroots. Giselle and Bianca had, they had never done anything like that, and they had no idea what they were doing. And I think, Giselle and Bianca and Seth, and I believe there was one other person that organized it. Thank y'all, because that was freaking awesome. Lubbock, conversely, is the second most conservative city in the nation. So for something like that to have gone down in Lubbock and to have been part of the very first one ever, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, I feel like everyone that was there and everyone that participated, took a part in making history, because this part of the country is so conservative and so predominantly right wing. This is where the activism is needed. This is where the awareness needs to be raised. And that's not to say that it doesn't happen up north, because I know it does. I feel very called to this area of the country. Another thing, Susie and I are moving to Seattle in December. God, this video is already 6 minutes. I hate long videos because I just do. Anyway, we're moving to Seattle in December. So if anyone is up in Seattle or, in that area, please hit me up. Let me know. I'd love to, get in touch with a trans community up there and actually, interact with more trans people and have a social life, because that's not something I've had in a long time. And if anybody knows of any groups up there, support groups, activist groups, I prefer activist groups. At this point, I don't really need support. I wouldn't mind being part of a support group to provide support for others, but I'm more, called towards the activism aspect of it. So yeah, if anybody knows of any groups up there, let me know, because I would love to, go ahead and get in touch with them and kind of see what their platform is and what, how they work and stuff, and get involved with that. What else? My last video, I talked a lot about the tea-related depression that I was experiencing, and it's still present, but it's getting better. I just, like I said, I remain in control of my emotions. I don't let them control me. I know what's causing it, so for me that makes it easier to cope with. My mother, lots of progress with my mother. I think she's finally starting to realize that transitioning is not going to change the core of who I am. It's just helping me be a happier person, and it makes every day brighter, and I think she's really starting to realize that, because she just says things that are a lot more accepting. Basically, I don't understand it, excuse me, but, I love you unconditionally. So, and, she says things like she admires my courage and my tenacity to be true to myself, and just good stuff. Her and my little brother and sister are really the only family members that I'm in contact with at this point. Everyone else has kind of fallen off the radar, so to speak, and, that's hard, but we all go through that, I think, and for those of you that don't, you're very fortunate, but for the most part, we all experience some sort of disunity with our families when we come out and we start transitioning. So it is what it is, and every day is a blessing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I can't believe this video is 9 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry that I talked so much. Yeah, if anybody needs anything, let me know, and I promise those of you that have messaged me, I'm going to get back to you. Okay, I will, I promise. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a good day, and I will talk to you soon.